So here with Grim Logic with Enigma BRED Music. How are you doing today?
Day full of work. Kind of excited for this whole situation. It's good to be back.
Right. So tell me, why does Enigma BRED Music label exist? Can you tell me that?
It exists because most underground artists, right, think that the whole premise of being a musician is to just put your work out there and scream to the void and hope that somehow you get listeners and retention. And that isn't the case. Turns out the music industry is incredibly difficult to navigate. And me and ill, my co-founder, iLLLogick, right, we have gone through extensive training by failing over and over again to figure out what we needed to do to get our names out there, and have since established a brand that now has over 440,000 streams since its conception on December 4th of 2024. We have over 35 publications, articles, and then we've expanded and done so many things and put our information into so many databases that have helped us to now form like Google Knowledge panels. You can Google our names and all of our music pops up, our pictures pop up, and you get an AI overview, you know?
Right.
So we just want to offer that to other artists. Like, the premise is to build a collective and a network of underground artists that reject the mainstream norm and build a community out of it, a platform.
All right. Can you tell me what is the
Janine, interview.
Okay. Okay. So can you tell me how your label's gonna help other artists out there in the future? Can you tell me how that's gonna work out?
No. So like, obviously every business needs to make money somehow, but in our growing like phase, while a roster might be like getting a lot of streams or whatever, what we intend to do is help them understand how data entry works and even do their first few songs or put their artist information. And then also the biggest avenue, without a doubt, is our blog, the Cipher Chronicles. If you go to Enigma BRED Music, that's Enigma with a 3.com/Cipher-Chronicles, you'll see that we do artist spotlights and we cover lyric analysis, we cover album spotlights, we cover artist spotlights. We'll do a specific song that's called a source code, you know, and we just want to like make sure that they get a chance to experience what we have in getting articles done on us, so that they can have Google back in data. You know what I'm saying? It's a mouthful, but having backlinks is always good for your own knowledge.
Can you explain the Cipher Chronicles?
Yeah. Okay. So it's a transmedia universe, and it started with the album. It's called Cipher Chronicles and Network Archives, and that's me and ill are the primary artists on that. But it's a cyberpunk allegory about our like current information as we've started from the label's conception to the point of its release on November 5th. Once it dropped, we got so much acclaim, and we actually developed our own genre. It's called Enigma BRED. It's like a cyberpunk glitch hop type thing. It's a hybrid of things, and it's dark orchestra track primarily. But thing about it is that it was so well received that we decided to expand and have since written a book, right? Because me and ill built an entire universe that's like 480 PDF pages of just sheer MX data, right, for characters and concept and lore and antagonists, protagonists, all this and third. And the thing about it is, what makes it special is that it's all centered in our real life, like trauma or mental or physical conditions. His being SPS, mine being schizoaffective and addiction and all these other things. And the premise is that we're trying to make it so that we inject our data and our story into every single digital or creative method that you can, until eventually the algorithm can do nothing but acknowledge us. And we want to like extend that to other artists as well, you know?
Right. Yep. As we got here too, you see some of the Cipher Chronicles and underground music reviews as well right through here, so you guys can check that out. online or on here on our stream. So
Yeah, the URL is up top on that image if you guys are curious.
Yep. We also have some other things to share with you as well. So, do you have any of your latest music coming out? You already have it out.
Yeah, no, I just released 2 songs the last 2 months. One's Trauma Pit for my birthday on April 29th, and then I followed that up with Skip the Boring Shit on May 29th. Upcoming though, I have a lot of personal works, but I'm not here to promote myself. So I will tell you that the original album, Cipher Chronicles, The Network Archives with me and Ill, has a sequel called Cipher Chronicles, The Crucible Begins, and we have started recording and writing and are in the process of getting that completely built. And it will be like a narrative sequence follow-up of the original album.
So it's in post, post, no, not post,
pre-production.
Sorry. Also, can you tell me what is the uplink submission path?
All right, so check me out at enigmabredmusic.com/uplink. That's where artists can go to submit their work. And look, when I say artists, I don't mean just music. I mean, I'm not limiting it to hip hop when it is. The premise is to find creators of all variants. That's why we did an article on you as a live stream host and a shoe creator, and then authors, singers, rappers, painters, woodworkers, welders. I don't care what you do. If you're a creator, submit your work to the uplink and we'll review it, and you're more than likely to get some coverage, as long as it aligns with what we're trying to represent and it isn't like blaspheme or like illegal stuff,
That's cool. So this will be more of like a thing that'll help artists out. Do they get exposure, things like that, or?
Right. Yeah. So like on the exposure base, we have a few hundred like visitors on our site a week, but that's not where the coverage so much is important. It's more or less that it is in fact SEO, which is search engine optimization.
Yeah.
And they are optimized articles that are very in depth. We're not like those typical bloggers or curators that you go pay some money and get a feature on, where they'll just kind of touch on what your EPK said and then that's it, a couple hundred words and it's done. No, we'll dissect your work, rip it apart, ask you questions, and make sure that you get the coverage that you deserve as an artist. You know what I'm saying? Because the underground is rough.
So the network beyond social media. So this is regarding to the
underground music network. Yeah, the network.
All right. So you're referring to this. I'm assuming, correct?
No. So that's the album cover, right? The network. No, you're good. It's cool. So that's the cover to the album that me and Il did, the original, right? So that's Cipher Chronicles and Network Archives. It all stems to that same concept, right? Cipher Chronicles is the header, the title, right? And then the Network Archives is the subtitle of this specific phase of our story. And then the network is the protagonist faction that we are in the narrative literary series, right? So it's all tied together. That's the whole premise. But what it's referring to, if you're talking about the EPK aspect, it's talking about the Enigma BRED Underground Music Network. On Facebook, we have a group you can join that has over 900 members, and it extends out to our Discord, but that's a little smaller.
Right. So do you guys have a book of the Cipher Chronicles, Origin of the Pillars? Correct?
Yep.
So you actually have this here as well, this book that goes with the Cipher Chronicles stuff that you're trying to do, correct? Is this right? So what's in this book? Is it what's the inspiration behind it?
So the book, this is not the actual Cipher Chronicles universe storyline we're telling in the albums. This is a side story. In this specific book, it's the origin of the pillars. The pillars are we'll say leaders, the bosses of the network. Those characters are myself, iLLLogick, iLLLogick, Cipher.io, Lyric Logic, Prodigal Logic, and then a secret variant. You feel me? At the end of the day, it is literally what it says. It's the origin. It's supposed to give the readers or the new members of the network inside scoop of how it all came to be from a side story base. So it's very in character, and it's very cyberpunk. It's very dystopian. It's very wasteland. But it's got some pretty good reviews, and you know, a lot of good purchases for a first time self published book. You know, the sequel. Right. The sequel, The Origin of the Overseers, is already written. We just got to format it to put on Kindle.
So, can you tell me some of the things about the light back-end context for indie growth?
Oh, okay, so that's what I was talking about earlier with the semantic data for Google Knowledge Panels. So a lot of artists don't know, but like all these platforms and databases that store like professional artist metadata, they don't just fill themselves. Like usually a record label that signs someone will do all that data for them. But if you're not signed to a major label and if you don't have any knowledge of it, you'll never, ever, ever get the growth that you're looking for unless you get a fucking miracle. I mean, miracle, right? So that's what we do is we take the back end and we upload people's information, their artist identity, so that Google has what it needs to actually generate a panel for the artist.
So tell me what these are about. This is some of your blogs, correct?
Right. So the latest one is Snow 64. We are curators. ill has built some really, really awesome playlists that they have some followers and generate streams. So we found Snow 64 through one of her submissions to the uplink, and the connection from her to the premise of the label it was just so deep. We had to do a whole piece on it, and then me and ill like to do both educational pieces for the industry as well as call out the mainstream, and it extends beyond music for what it does to like keep underground thriving. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So who does all the artwork? It's really great. I mean, you know,
it was primarily me, but
have you ever thought about being a comic book creator?
Without a doubt, yeah, but I got so many hats I'm wearing already. Like I have like 9 responsibilities to fulfill plus a day job, you know.
Right.
But like so on the artist spotlights though, like the Invader Z one you see, that's just that artist's cover art from this song. You know, we didn't make that.
Right.
But the ones on each side of it, yeah, those are BRED customs.
All right. Again, back onto your book here. How much is this?
Right now, I think we have it listed at $4.99, but we're going back down on it because we're about to drop the second one, and it'll drop down to probably like $1.99.
Right.
It's not incredibly long, you know. It's like 68 pages, something like that, and most of that is table of contents. Most of it is table of contents and like the opening information. You feel me? It's not supposed to be like a massive novel. What's up?
This is available on Amazon, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Pending the purchase of 10 ISBNs. Until then, we are KDP locked in, but we will be expanding to hardcover and Barnes and Nobles as soon as we get ISBNs.
Right. So, any plans coming up? Any upcoming concerts? Anything like that?
No, man. ill with his SBS, right? It's really hard for him to like have a schedule maintained for something like that. Like there's no touring and all that. Like we could go perform if we hadn't. I got a full set like 7-day a week work schedule.
Right. I get where you come from. I used to work 3 hours.
So we just keep like everything digital, you know?
Right.
Until something happens. You know?
Right.
But I mean, this is where the landscape for creators is anyway these days. You know what I'm saying? Like you can always go perform live, but everything's going digital.
It is. It really is. It's a crazy world out there with all this new technology coming about. You know, it's like online this. You can go to college online. I mean, you've probably seen some of my posts recently. So
Thanks.
Anyways, I am going to what's your social handles?
Okay, so you can look. This is one of those weird situations where like I can just prove all the stuff I've been talking. If you just type in Enigma BRED music in Google, promise you'll find us. If you type in Grim Logic in Google, you will find us. You'll find me. If you type in iLLLogick in Google, you will find it. I promise. It's gonna happen. So I mean, you don't even have to go hunting for me on social medias. If you type in Google, it'll tell you exactly what you want to know about whatever social media you prefer.
Yep. Or you can go on to the scroll bar down at the bottom and just type in Enigma BRED music and go that way too.
Absolutely.
Is there a reason why you guys have a 3 there instead of an?
Yeah, it's the trinity of underground excellence. The fundamentals. Cool, I forgot my own 3 F's, man. The fundamentals, the foundation, the framework, and then there's a secret 4th one, but you want to go to the About Us page on the website if you want to actually figure out what that is.
Yeah,
make you work for it.
So, well, what's your plans for the week? Any kind of new movie? I mean, new movie.
Yeah, look, the actor in these coming out. That's crazy. For those of you that watch the stream and don't know, if you IMDb that guy, like he's a commercial actor.
Usually, I ask people that around here any new movies they're going to be coming up in, or do music albums, things like that.
I don't know. You putting me in a movie, Mr. Holly?
No, no. You never know, though. You never know with this day and age. You know, you never know if you might get a commercial. You know, I mean, I've had crazy stuff happen where somebody's seen a podcast and they're on it and they're like, "That guy, he's the one." You know, and it's like, okay, you know that's happened before in the past.
Hey man, but I really want to touch on something real quick. Like, if anybody watching this, that is,
you may have to repeat. You may have to repeat what you said. It kind of cut out.
All right. So, to anybody that is watching this, that may be a creative, if you want some genuine, like, direct business to consumer interaction that doesn't always have to result in like payment, and you really want to know what needs to be done to start getting your name out there, like, just hit us up. Just email contact@enigmabredmusic.com. We are in this to help artists, and yes, it'd be nice to make money, but like if we don't prove what we're offering first, then nobody's ever going to trust us. So get it while the going's good, man. Getting's good, whatever. You know, that's the expression. Yeah.
Yes. All right. So this is Samuel Brock Flynn show here with Grim Logic. So I appreciate you guys coming on to my podcast and staying in touch with me as well. So I do.
Yeah, man. I mean, bro, like I said, we got a good relationship, man. You got us up here. You know, we helped with the shoe stuff. You showed us a lot of shoes, and then y'all got to check out this man's kicks, man. If you haven't seen his kicks, bro, you got to check out his kicks.
What did you think about the previous podcast that we were on?
Oh, you talking about like when I was featured last?
Yes.
I don't know. I think it was a lot more surreal than because you had just randomly chanced upon our music and it really like gripped you. I think it was In My Zone.
Yep.
And that was really cool. So I mean, coming back up here and visiting again is awesome. I wish Will could have been here, but he had a tachycardic issue and I just got out of the hospital. So, but you know, I speak for him with all confidence in that next time we get up here, if you let us up here again for the album, that he will be here in present.
Right. Did you hear any background music or background stuff in my background or anything?
No, I know a dog barked in my background.
No, I was wondering because I heard that and I thought, well, what is that? And I heard somebody talking or something talking. So it was not you.
I got a roommate and stuff, you know. So it's
Alrighty. I appreciate you guys again. You have a great night, and I hope that this is gonna be, you know, I hope you guys continue to grow. You know, you guys should grow. You guys deserve to grow. Let me tell you, you guys deserve it.
We can't grow without you guys, but I'll tell you what, the album is at like 67,000 streams and it just released on November 5th, so there might not be fame, but there's certainly proof.
Right. I mean, I did a podcast on here last night, and I just had to go all out because, I mean, not a lot of people know. I went with some people that were pretty wealthy to school with, that were pretty wealthy, let me tell you. And then some of them, they don't like me because I see things for what it is, and I see that there's wrong in that thing, and they're just like, whoa.
That's been my entire life, bro. I feel you.
So, but again, you guys have a great night. I will catch you up on the outside.